Hi, everyone. Uh, I'm Andrea of Flagbridge Designs,
And I'm Lindsey from Phantom on a Budget.
and this is Between Two Fans, maybe?
Yeah, we're just throwing things around to see what sticks. So, yep,
What we do
between two
know is
fans.
exactly what we do know is that we have mostly unedited, sometimes unhinged, and always enthusiastic conversations about Phantom of the Opera. And today we are still talking about the Phantom Tour.
We're going to talk about it forever, guys. We're never going to shut up. So,
Exactly. We
you
are
want
a
to start?
menace.
We,
Yes,
we, you know what? Yeah, but a good menace, like a fun menace.
exactly. I choose to identify as a menace.
We are a problem.
Yes. So I would love to start because since we last talked, I got to see Alexa's debut.
How was it?
Oh my God. Alexa is so, I mean, Jordan's so good. Alexa's so good. She's such a different Christine.
Hmm.
She is a very feisty Christine. And uh let me also just back this up. Not only did I knew it was her debut. I knew it was
Hmm.
going to be her debut all week. And like I'm going into this like knowing it's her debut all week, needing to keep this a lockdown. Then like it's Thursday, we're out, so excited. Um, get to the theater. My friend Oliver, friend of the pod, House at Broadway, was staying with me, ends up buying a ticket. Somehow, like a regular sale ticket pops up at like 3 p.m.
What?
Yeah,
It's wild.
yeah. So we both go. We're in different seats, but we end up being like pretty close. Like he's like 3 rows behind me on the same side. So we can like see each other. I get in my, there's a cast board with today's performance. The role of Christine Daae will be played by, and get in my seat. And then another friend was in down from Philly, so that was really exciting. And then like someone sits down there. I ended up picking up some extra, some extra programs to get to give to folks. And a woman sitting next to me is like fumbling, realizing she doesn't have a program. Like, oh, here's an extra. And I look at her. I'm like, she looks kind of familiar. Wouldn't that be funny? And we get to chatting, and I'm like, like, there's no way I'm sitting next to Alexa's sister and her mom.
God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So
Oh my
like,
God.
not only am I like so excited for Alexa because like we've been following, you know,
Hmm.
following everyone through their journey, but like now I'm like an already hype, and now I get to like be hype with her family being hype for
That is
her.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so, and then Alexa is, obviously she's incredibly talented and just a completely different depiction.
Mhm.
Like her delivery of the line of, oh, wow, so it is you, totally different. You're like, what was going on in that attic?
Oh wow.
And like,
Really?
yes, and like Daniel's responses as Raoul was also in kind, where you're like, okay, these two, they were the young teenage romance that was there, where it's like a very different romance than the other version of Raoul and Christine might have had, or like childhood connection. Um, like it's just a different story, a different backstory, just in the delivery of that line. You're like, what? What's this backstory going on? And then in on the Travelator in Phantom of the Opera, the very when they go back and forth in the very last one where she turns back right before they get on the boat,
Yep.
she looks at Isaiah as the Phantom and looks down. And she's like, "You coming?" basically, and just books it down the Travelator. She's like, I guess this is happening. She's gone. Like, and
Enthusiastic
not
for the lesson.
yeah. Like it's almost it's the attitude. Well, like I guess I'm doing this for science. Which is my, like that's personally my attitude as someone who like I would totally go through the Phantom's mirror for science.
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to. Might as well be you.
Might as well be me, right? Like for science. I will
Yeah.
so um and um have we talked about the waist thing on here
Yeah, we
yet?
did. Yeah,
We did talk about the waist thing.
we
We did
did.
talk about the waist thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, and then with Alexa's performance, like she also has an incredible wishing,
Hmm.
and with her very just feisty Christine, it comes through where there's like a fight in her wishing,
Yeah.
and she in and then in Don Juan, she is very much like with the Phantom. She's like, okay, well, it's the find out phase now.
Yep.
But
Yep.
she's mad, and then just getting to Final Lair. It's the angriest I have ever seen a Christine in Final Lair.
Really?
Yes, like
Wow.
I have seen one slime tutorial with um we'll acknowledge the existence we can acknowledge the existence of the it's fine. I
Yeah.
am aware of two like
Okay.
Gina Beck and then Lily Carojas the night that Connor went on.
Okay.
Because Lily Carojas does not normally have an angry final lair. But
No,
she did
no.
whatever like that, like because you could hear it, whatever like craziness was happening the night that Connor went on, like
Mhm.
the energy totally changed and Lily had a very, very angry final lair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but like there was a consistency. So yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
So it was awesome. And Alexa went on Saturday, matinee, which
Okay.
I was not at. Because my last show was for the Baltimore one was Friday night, which was also my
Okay.
40th show.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay,
And
40.
I know. And the first time I have ever cried at a Phantom show, I didn't know it was my 40th show until I was actually standing at the stage door and like looking at my spreadsheet.
Hmm.
I actually lost it when I was in the fourth row and Isaiah gets down with the monkey, and I was like, nope, I'm
Yep.
done. Done. Yeah.
Absolutely. And he's, oh man, because he is so good in that moment too. It's just like rip heart out of your chest kind of moment
So good.
with him. Oh, so
Yeah.
good. Mwah. Chef's kiss. No notes.
Yeah. No notes. No notes.
Congratulations on crying. I still haven't done that
Thank
yet.
you.
Although I did kind of come close, and I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No,
yeah,
and I don't cry at Phantom. I did
yeah,
cry.
it's
I
just
have cried at Masquerade, but Masquerade's a different experience too.
yeah, yeah, different show.
Yeah.
Sweet, cool. What else did you? You had a bunch of notes too, I think.
Yeah, and well, and also the other notes that I had, it's like, the show's now going to Minneapolis, and it's
Yep,
got a week in Minneapolis, and then it's going to be in Chicago for like 2 months.
that's awesome. Actually, I'm
Yeah,
excited for Chicago. So good for you, Chicago.
good for you, Chicago. I will be
Thanks.
there. I will be there at the end of the Chicago run for like 4 days. I've got like a girls trip planned. I've got tickets to one show, although if understudies go on, I'll probably go to others, and then who knows? Like if let me put it this way, Chicago's not difficult for me to get to, and like I have people I can crash with. So if someone has a debut and it's like not crazy, like
Fun.
I might.
Yep.
So I told this to people who are in person, but if folks are listening and you have a debut coming up,
Just
I can't.
spread the good word. Maybe
Yes, I can't make any promises, but like I want to be there.
there will be an effort.
There will be an effort. There will be an effort. Um, Yeah, because like you just and then I mean, and also just like you'll I think we'll also start to see scheduled,
Yep.
right? Like
Yep.
because in Chicago with that long, you're going to start to see scheduled debuts and stuff.
Hmm.
So like
Yep.
Bronson has rehearsed the Phantom.
Can't wait to
Like
see that one.
yeah, like Bronson has
Yeah.
teched the Phantom.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I don't think anyone else has teched
Okay.
their principal roles. But also I think they'll probably start to do that now.
Yeah.
There was also a photo call, so we are going to get a booklet.
Yes.
So there is
Yeah.
also more merch coming.
Really?
Yeah, the photo booklet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought I meant like new shirts, or I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot of merch. But okay,
yeah, yeah,
not bad. Not bad.
yeah, yeah. Um, so what about you, Lindsay? Thoughts?
Thoughts. Where do I start? Before I kind of jump into, because I saw it last night, for those that aren't tracking, so I got a whole lot to talk about from last night. But I think it'll be interesting for Chicago, where they'll be sitting down for a minute to see the understudies start to rotate through and everything like that. Do we know for Alexa, do we know that, like the Thursday and then the Saturday mat is going to be her schedule, or subject to change?
We do not know her schedule. My guess is she probably will do at least one of the shows on the two show days,
Hmm.
but she does not yet have a set schedule.
Okay. Surprise.
Yeah,
I
we'll
like
find
that.
out.
We'll
Yeah.
find out. Yeah, so for me, I got to go see it a second time last night, which was the final performance here in Baltimore. Um, and I actually got to bring two old school fan buddies of mine. We go back 10, 15 years. And probably between the three of us, we've seen it maybe 200, 250 times between the three of us. And I don't know. It was just great. They were at the Broadway closing, the final public performance on Broadway, the the hour-long standing ovation. So they've been missing it, and they haven't seen it since. So, and they walked out absolutely floored, as I thought that they would. And I was just, I don't know. I don't know any of these people, right? But I'm so freaking proud of this cast and this company. Like, I'm just so freaking proud of them, um, because they crushed it. And this was I've seen a lot of shows, man. I've seen a lot of casts, and this show was just everybody was on fire the entire time. It's just the energy was just turned up to an 11. Um, and it was just incredible. And it was also incredible sitting next to my friend Jana, who again hadn't seen it since Broadway closed. Um, she told me she got emotional actually when she was walking down because we sat about 4 rows back, center orchestra, perfect seats, and just walking into the auditorium and seeing the auction preset made her emotional. And I'm like, hey, come home, man. Welcome home. Um, and it was great because they agree like the chandelier works. It looks good. It's a great effect. They love the Pegasus, which again, I guess I need to turn in my fan card for liking the Pegasus. But no, again, that still works really well. And they agreed like it's a good change. It's not a bad change at all. And man, I got a page full of notes. Should I start?
Do it.
Do it. Okay. Um, well, first off, so the boat didn't go in Journey to Lair, as we knew. Not at all. It got out there, but before it turned and came downstage, it was just not going. So they hopped right out, did the whole walk on water bit. The two stagehands come out, wrestle it into place for music of the night. Somewhat awkward, but also amusing at the same time. And it just because they were out there immediately, so you kind of know like this thing's been kind of an asshole the entire week. Um,
That
so
fucking
we had
boat.
that fucking boat, and on that, so I don't know what they're using if they're still using radio controls on this. It's 2025. I have no idea if they've upgraded it from radio, but to be fair, there is a fire department directly across the street from the theater. So if that's the case, I can see why there would be some interference. So maybe that is the explanation for the boat, but we'll see. Otherwise, it's just the punk, and they're going to have to work it out in Chicago. Um, and then here's a question for you. So music of the night, Isaiah's doing his thing. He comes out toward the end of the song. He hits the money note, the B, and just as he wraps that up, there was a strobe light. Did you see that during the week, or was that maybe a mistake?
Mistake.
Okay, yeah, because it caught me way off guard. Um, so that happened, and a couple other little things, but for the most part, that was really the only techie issues that we had. Um, Jordan blew me away. Just I think in the last, she's had what 6 days between when I saw it last time and last night, and there's a depth I think to her portrayal that I didn't
Hmm.
expect this quickly, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
very, very, very good. So she
They're
really
so
too.
good. They're just all
I
so
mean,
good.
they're so good. How? What is the secret? Um, but just everything you could just tell. Of course, I was also closer to the stage, so I could see a lot more, which is also helpful. But man, the nuance and the facial expressions and the body language and decisions in Stranger Than You Dreamt It. When she fell, she screamed when she fell. Um, Isaiah, like his crawl was just like wounded snake, like just very pathetic, and that was
Oh yeah.
very emotional as well. Oh,
I
so good,
love when my phantoms Roomba the stage.
right? Just put it on auto, let it go, let it
Yeah.
go. But yeah, he was again. So, and her wishing, and I had hyped her up quite a bit too to my two friends. I'm like, y'all aren't ready for this wishing. I'm just telling you, don't worry about it. Um, and yeah, it was. I think she was crying during it. Certainly looked like it, and man, like the emotion, it's hard to describe, but I think you know what I'm talking about. But just raw, and she gets to that point where you kind of just tell like she is getting so much crap for the men in her life, right? And she's just kind of done at that point at the end of the song. So again, Jordan, fucking brilliant, love you, incredible. And also kind of very like the final layer also turned out so very angry. Um, and just yeah, I love her portrayal. She's fantastic. What else do we have? Oh, so here's one. So, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me last week, but we got Lisa Roman and Jordan at the beginning of
Mother.
Think of Me, right? Mother, Queen, at the beginning of Think of Me, and just like when Jordan's just starting off and she's very timid and quiet and everything, and of course Madame Giry with her cane kind of snaps her back into focus, and it just I don't know, just sitting there, I'm kind of like the passing of the torch, right? And it was actually beautiful, and I think there was kind of a moment between the two of them because it kind of looked like they were both trying to keep their shit together, and I'm like, oh, I love you guys. This is just
Hmm.
beautiful. Yeah, so that was a big standout for me. Is just kind of that moment and kind of what that meant, I think. And yeah, I've got some other notes like Ben Roseberry's Reyer might be my favorite Reyer ever. He's incredible. I also want to get him like a Xanax, maybe a Prozac, because he's just so frustrated with the entire company in Hannibal. Um,
No, well, like between his anxiety and like
and
Carrington's
Carrington's
Andre anxiety, I'm like,
second hand anxiety is through the roof on this one. So,
no. And then
yep.
whenever Ben goes on as Andre, just like
Look,
so much anxiety in this opera house.
it's so good, but again, it goes back to like how are they this good and this nuanced this quickly?
It's because
Blowing my mind.
it's the fan
It's
cast.
just fans, yeah, right. It like, oh my God, it's you guys listening to this podcast, you have absolutely no idea. So you need to get your ass to the tour and you have to see them because they are incredible and I love them so much. Um, yeah, but like just I had to shout him out specifically just because I
Mhm.
had just the best time watching him during Hannibal. Just absolutely lose it. And again, during the Sips probe, just really just wants to throttle Piangi, but he can't. Um, yeah. Yep. Carrington somehow got funnier. I don't know how.
Did he come out and say, "Oh, hello," right
Yeah.
before he added that in towards the end of the week,
Yep.
right
Yep.
before the La Ballet, and I love it.
Yeah, and it got a lot of laughs too. Like everybody really appreciated that, and I think he really played up the whole like the ballet bit and the physical comedy of that. And as he left, finally, he gives the hat to the shepherd, and he gets tangled up. Finally leaves. He added in ballet, and then just kind of slinks off the stage, kind of like Adam Lindsey in the West End, but made it his own. But I'm like, I love that moment. That was probably like my favorite comedic moment in the entire show. I need that to be solid, and he's an 11 out of 10. So,
Yes, yes,
yep,
yes.
yep.
No,
Um,
I just need, I listen, there are many compilation videos on YouTube of people who have been very naughty, but we thank them for their service.
yep.
Um, but there are no compilation videos of just the ballet. The ballet. And I could watch a compilation video of the ballet for like probably 90 minutes straight.
Please, like, give me a full 2.5 hours of just the ballet.
Yeah.
I need this in my life, like chronological. Like, go, 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 go. I just love that moment. It's just hilarious to me. I can't. And I feel like they really, since the reopening from COVID, of course, the West End production, standing up the new production. I feel like they
Mhm.
really played up that moment too in the show.
Yeah. Well, and then what's also really interesting is going back and like if you watch the pro shot at the archival
Mhm.
pro shot, the
Yep.
managers are not funny. They have some funny moments.
Yeah.
Like obviously, they have the line like, written, right?
Sure.
But they're playing it straight. Like they have funny moments because they're scripted that way, but they play it completely straight.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things that's evolved as their comedic relief over time, which
Hmm.
is really interesting. Which actually, in um one of the things that I found interesting is in like the Vegas version, for example, the pacing doesn't work for me.
No. Yeah. Because a
Where
lot
I'm
of their
like, no,
stuff kind of gets truncated. It's yeah.
yeah. Like those scenes, like so in Masquerade, notes one and notes two are cut, but like the pace, like there is those scenes themselves are cut, but like there is different pacing. So the pacing still kind of works. Whereas Vegas didn't work for me because the pacing is
Off.
some people the pacing's off. Yeah.
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 That's interesting. Yeah. I'm hoping it occurred to me that if we're doing Broadway Con, then I might as
Hmm.
well book right the original production and go look at that and take a look. But interesting
Oh.
how that has evolved over time.
Hmm.
And I'm glad it had like it can be actually a very funny show if you let it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's good. I think, with because a lot of it is heavy. So it's
Yeah.
you need the lighter moments to kind of balance everything out. So
So another interesting thing that I noticed, and also by the way, so like we're going to the library and then we're going to talk about it on here, right?
yep, we are. Yes.
Did you notice that Carlin Connolly is in the back doing the Alyssa thing in the back of Hannibal, not Evelyn, who's playing the princess?
Yes, because I was I don't know why I do this, but whenever I see
Yeah,
Hannibal, I tend to just look around in the background to see what
yeah,
everybody's doing because that's
right.
also very amusing to me. And you're right, like normally it's the princess that's trying to step up and get Ray's attention and be like, I got it, bitches
Yeah,
get out my way. And I
yeah,
just found that was interesting how it kind
yeah.
of it flipped over to
Yeah.
yeah.
So who we're talking about, folks, is it's actually so it's the Madame Furman track, and Madame Furman has a unnamed role in Hannibal, but it's that ensemble track who eventually then goes and changes into this amazing purple dress that I now like want to cosplay.
The
Um,
Fifi dress.
yes. Because there are three soprano roles in other soprano roles in Hannibal that all stand together. Like there are multiple soprano roles, but there are three together. Two of whom are Christine understudies, and one of whom tends to be a Carlotta understudy, and is the Madame Furman track. So you've got the page, the princess, and the Madame Furman track. And so typically, the page and the princess are both Christine understudies, and historically, the princess, who's also the mirror bride, who is currently played by Evelyn Melin,
Mhm.
has been pretending to get ready for her big moment to go on as Alyssa and trying to get Reyes' attention, like, oh, I'm ready. Psych, Christine's going on. And actually, here it is Carlin Connolly, who is wearing a gray dress and has a blonde wig. And she's like doing all the moves and totally ready. And then Christine
Nope.
Daae can sing it, sir.
What? Oh, I don't know. I love kind of those moments back there
Yeah.
and see like their acting choices and stuff.
So
Interesting
what?
too, like go ahead.
Go for it.
Now I was gonna say, like in terms of just kind of stuff switching in this production, like end of uh come on, brain, you can do it. Point of no return. They find Piangi. Yep, you're doing the whole thing. The curtains come out, and you have everybody kind of. You got the fire chief going this way. You've got the two guys carrying Piangi, the dummy, on the stretcher going one way. Typically, that goes right to left for the audience's perspective. That's
Mm.
flipped in this production, and they go left to right. And so everybody's on the different side of the stage. So Madame Giry, when she's talking to Raoul, it's on house right now, whereas usually it's on house left. And I just thought that was interesting.
Mhm.
Not bad, just interesting.
Another thing that I think is that I do actually really like is if I recall correctly, in the original production during Magical Lasso, the Phantom and Christine were crossing back over the Travelator. Was that right?
I believe
And so
so, yeah.
and so it was a blink if you miss it. Blink and
Yep.
you miss it. Whereas they started to cross the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now they started crossing on the stage in London, which I actually prefer because they're doing it so it's like guys are right, you can see them,
Yeah.
but they're sort of blocked so that like still most of, Bouquet, most of the ballet dancers, like
Yep.
they're just out of field of view, but we can see them. Now in London, one of the choices that Dean is making is he's like yammering on, and you can tell that he's like info dumping to Christine about his opera house, and you can
Yep.
totally tell that he's like talking about, well, this workman, and I told Charles Garnier that blah blah blah.
He never listened to me.
He never listened to me. It was never going to work. Right? You can just tell that's
Oh
the
yeah.
conversation that's going on.
Oh
Whereas
my God.
here, right, what's really interesting is like they pause and
Mm-hmm.
look at Madame Giry, and
Yep.
like
Mm.
Madame Giry knows, and Meg know so much in this version.
Yeah, they do.
Like they know like a little bit
Yep.
in
But
London,
here they
which is
know.
also consistent with
We
just
know.
also Lisa Roman in general being mother and like
Right.
having so much history with the show.
She is mother.
Yes. Um, like they just they actually run the place, and Madame Giry should get a raise.
I completely agree because I think if you look at these guys and how they play like notes one, they're talking about where's Christine, blah blah blah, and the way that Meg looks at her mother, you can just kind of tell she's like, is she back from the thing yet?
Yeah.
Just Do we know?
Who's gonna tell us?
I was just like, oh my God, okay. So somebody knows something and they're not saying
Yeah.
to the rest of the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah, well, no, and it's like, but a great teacher. Like, they're so excited. Like, there's just the line delivery. I love this show.
I love this show too. Like, and like on the Lisa Roman thing, like
Hmm.
her projection in notes too, especially because Madame Giry has some really good lines in that scene. And you almost never hear them because I don't know if like sound engineering wise her mic just isn't turned up as much or what, but I feel like they always get kind of drowned out by the men when they join in. But Lisa was like on blast and it was so great and she was really like pissed off at the managers. You're like, you guys are fucking up. Let me tell you how. And I love that energy. I loved it. She's got absolute pipes on her, and it's incredible. Mother.
Mother. So, how is big existential question? How is
Yeah.
Phantom meeting the cultural moment?
Oh, the thing,
The thing.
the thing, the thing that you had to tell me about because I've had my nose. I've actually been. It's very exciting, guys. I've been socializing. It's really important. Um, yeah. So I guess there's some phantom coming from the White House, right?
Well, to be
Tell me
clear,
about
the only
it.
reason I found so the way I found out about this, the way I found out this is one I will say that didn't come across my feed. I found out about this because like 17 people sent it to me and they're like, Did you see this?" And then also now I'm on Threads. And the
Yeah.
discourse on Threads, don't go on Threads, people. It's really stupid. But now I'm on Threads and I can't disentangle myself from Threads.
It's too late for you.
It's too late. Save yourselves. Um, so there isn't any stupid discourse, I will say, on Instagram. Most people are just like, "Oh, look at this video of Phantom of the Opera blasting from the White House." And it's actually like from outside on a portion of the lawn where back in my days, my my glory days when I was still in, I think I was still in government. I've been there. Um, but it's also from the Michael Crawford album version. It's not even from.
Like the actual like cast recording.
It's not even from the cast recording.
Awesome.
But I mean, just as a general commentary, like, I mean, what a human thing to have a crash out of blasting
I
Phantom
mean,
of
like
the Opera.
all the appropriate and all I do. I'm like, everybody's unhinged. Here's this unhinged thing.
Everybody, yeah,
Just
exactly.
go, go.
But there's all kinds of commentary on
Hmm.
Threads of like, I'm glad I didn't like Phantom of the Opera anyway. And Phantom of the
Oh my
Opera is
God.
about an old man who grooms a young woman, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, guys, it's not that complicated. Phantom of the Opera was popular in the 80s and 90s. That's what this is about.
Yep,
Phantom of the Opera was popular in a particular cultural moment. And it's
yep.
like nostalgia. And
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's Occam's razor, guys. That's it.
Yay. Because it was a
Yay.
very hot ticket in the late 80s, early
It
90s. And
was.
so I'm
It was,
sure that a certain somebody
yeah.
with certain financial standing would
Yeah. No,
want to.
it was a very hot ticket. Like it was,
Hmm.
and it like no one, and you couldn't, it had the most advanced sales of any show, I think, ever at that point.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things that like I do remember growing up.
Hmm.
So one of the reasons I did not see, I grew up in New York City. I went to a lot of shows. One of the reasons I didn't see Phantom of the Opera growing up is that my grandma took me to see anything that was on TDF, and Phantom
Yep.
was not on TDF
Yeah.
because it was so popular. And so,
Yep.
I grew up going to private school, and it was like all the cool kids were talking about the chandelier because they got to go see, and it
Yep.
was like it was a status thing.
Hmm. And I think that's absolutely like, thank you for saying the words that I can't say because words are evading me tonight. But I think it's just status, right? Because that would have been that very much like who's who is going,
Yeah.
who can get a ticket, and I think that's all it is. We're also talking about somebody who loves Les Mis because he completely misinterprets the plot. So,
Hmm.
I mean,
And
think
even
about
then,
it
like
less.
it came out at a, and again, it's the same. It's like 80s mega
Yep,
musical. It still is coming out at like a similar
yep,
cultural moment. Like it's part of at a point in time, and it's not even necessarily even about, it's still misinterpreting the show, but it's still about like a cultural moment. So like, guys,
unbelievable.
it's not that deep, guys.
Not that deep. Be think less, right?
Think,
So,
think
I mean, I'm curious. Are we canceling Phantom now? Does that mean that we're canceling Phantom? It's just I love the people on the internet that act like this is something to be like predicted or avoided. I never liked
no.
Phantom anyway. Oh, shut up. Yes, you did.
Yes,
You
you
still
did.
do.
Everyone
Yes, you
does.
did.
Even
Everybody
people,
does.
even it's one of those things where like people like this is again, it's one of those things where like even when I wasn't in the fandom because I found it was annoying after the
Mhm.
2004 movie, I'm still listening
Yep.
to the album because it slaps.
Right. Get real. Come on, guys. Yeah. Think less. We're not gonna let them ruin this for us. We can't.
No,
And we need this right now.
we need this. We're having too much fun, guys.
Right. No, this is now a permanent feature forever. Just this tour is never gonna stop. And bad men can't have it. And yeah, so there's that.
Hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and folks, as I did post this on the gram because I did need to have a little bit of fun with this. The Phantom of the Opera was cited at the White House in September of 2024. Um, I did go to a literal party at the White House lawn in September of 2024, and I brought my Lego Phantom of the
Yes.
Opera
Yes.
to the White House
Rick
and
has
took a
been to the White
picture.
House.
Yes, yes. Um,
Amazing.
and then again, this is again some like crazy deep lore. I was I was actually like standing next to Brooke Shields when I took that picture.
Are you shitting me?
Dead ass. Because it was
Where is
one of
she?
those things. Sorry, this is now just like rambling, and you guys like you're trapped. You guys just have to listen now. When you go to some of these events, like at I don't know what it's like now, but at least back then, like this is actually one of the coolest things about get when you get invited to events like at the White House. Like when you're there, you're just there. There's no like VIP anything. There's some like seats, but
Yeah.
generally like you just get in and you're there. And so like
Vehicle.
if you're in, you're in, and you're just like hanging out with Brooke Shields and
Mind blown.
everyone else. Yeah. And she just assumes that you're some interesting person because you got invited there.
Right.
So, yeah. And I just like Phantom of the Opera
You're an interesting person with a phantom Lego, right?
with a Phantom Lego. That was not, guys, I was not at that event because of a Phantom Lego, but I did happen to bring a Phantom Lego to the White House.
A very happy accident occurred.
A very happy accident occurred.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. So Phantom, like I was gonna say it's a good year to be a Phantom fan. It's
It
in the
is
news, right?
it is a good
But
year to be a Phantom fan.
it's a great year to be a Phantom fan. I let's stay out of that kind of news. Maybe let's just stay out of, you know, the bad place.
It's only, listen, it's a great time to be a Phantom fan. It's only going to get better. I did another little, like, one of my silly little videos. Listen, we're in I don't believe in, with the stuff like Mercury and Gatorade or retrograde or whatever. I don't believe in that, but I totally do. And we're in like a
Gatorade.
crazy.
Oh my god. Right? Right? Okay.
You gotta find, sometimes stuff is really crazy and you've got to find joy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this this brings me so much joy. And
I mean,
like, guys, come be weird with us. We hope
I
this
mean,
brings you as much joy as it brings us.
you're gonna disassociate. You might as well disassociate into this. Right? Like, join,
Exactly.
join us. Join us.
Exactly.
That's what
Anything
we're
for,
doing.
that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Exactly.
I don't
That
have
will,
time to do the other stuff I want to do, but I can sit in my house and be on Instagram and listen to stuff on fans. That's my life now. It's
yeah.
good. Yep. Yep. Well, I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. Um, I guess my takeaways from the tour, again, we've talked about the cast a million times. They're fantastic.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if you saw the photos of the stage door from last night. Literally 100 people out there.
Oh
Just
yeah, it got crazy on Friday night too.
nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. So, but I was pleasantly surprised because Midori came down and then Jordan came down at the very end and we're like, came over and was like, thanks for coming. I'm like, oh my God, you recognized me. Holy shit. Bottom line, I love them. They're so pure and just great human beings. And that made my night. So thanks,
Amazing.
ladies. Right, right.
Amazing. Coming up soon, probably should have probably have more to chat about with Masquerade. They actually just did their first uh lottery today, which was an
I saw that.
in-person auction, and there were like 350 people there.
That's fantastic.
They did trivia, they did an auction, they gave more than just tickets away. I am going again on Wednesday. Um, and then we have to figure out, Lindsey is going for the first time in January, so we have to
Yep,
figure out who Lindsey's cast is going to be.
exactly. And my two fan buddies want to come along. So they've
Awesome.
right, there's gonna be a whole like party fans. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So we'll have to do some research and talk about casts. I think they're leaning toward Hugh, but we're open to possibilities. So gonna be good, guys.
Amazing. It's going to be
Right.
great.
A whole Phantom weekend because again, we're gonna do the freaking original Broadway company recording,
Hmm.
masquerade,
Our panel.
our panel, which at some point we're gonna have to talk about
We are.
at a later date. But yeah, so there's a thing coming, guys.
There's things are going to be thinging. It's happening.
Things are thinking. It's happening.
All
But
right.
so
Well, until next time, friends.
thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.